#Green Couch Convos. Today we have Lisa Foster from Stylish Events by Lisa. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So tell us a little bit about Stylish Events.
Well, we're an event planning company. We do design work, we do weddings, we do corporate, pretty much any kind of event that you can plan, private parties. We'll do anything, and we're doing destination events now as well.
Oh, nice.
So we will travel with you and go wherever you want us to go.
Nice. So Lisa and I have, to our everlasting shame, actually known each other for about 16 years.
You shouldn't say that out loud.
I know. But it's been amazing to watch her grow in the company that she has built from the ground up and how amazing it is. I can tell you comfortably that every single event, if people have hired her, I am so happy because I know everything is going to be perfect. But that's just sort of a side note. So other than knowing each other for 16 years, how long have you been doing this?
Well, Stylish Events, like on our own, has been almost close to 5 years.
Okay.
And then we've been dabbling in the industry way longer than that. So unofficially, I guess, here and there and all over, and then working with you prior, all the stuff we used to do. So
yeah, I think you were with me for a couple of years before.
So it's been a long time. Like, I don't want to add it up because
no, let's not.
It's quite long.
And then what led you to become an event planner? What was your passion for it, so to speak?
I think I was just doing stuff for, friends and family and planning trips and stuff like that. And it was just fun. And then, like some family friends and stuff just started asking me to do like, oh, can you do a shower? Can you do this? And then it was just fun to do.
Yeah.
So then I just decided, somebody had said to me, well, why don't you do this all the time, like as your job? And I was just like, I don't think I ever really thought about it at that point. And then that's just when I was like, yeah, let's see if we can do this, and if it's something that can sustain. And it was, and then it's it's like what I want to do now. So it works out good.
That's perfect.
So.
And then tell me a memorable, funny experience or story or something that's happened with you on site with clients.
I can't say funny. I don't know if I can say funny. I could say some things like, I remember one event we actually did here, if you remember, the comedy club wedding.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just because that was so completely out of the box.
Yeah.
To have an improv comedy troupe come out from LA and actually put on a comedy show that the guests did not even know was going to happen. And then towards the end, one of the comedians married the couple. So it's like, how non-traditional can you get than that? But it was like, it was so much fun to do something and help somebody out doing, a whole concept that was just like completely just the opposite of what the normal wedding is.
And they were very much non-traditional and very stressed that from the beginning, I remember.
Yeah, she was like, I'm not wearing a dress.
Yep, we're not doing it this way.
We're not doing anything fancy. She's like, I don't want any flowers. She's like, I don't want a cake. And then, and it was, once you get those things down, exactly what you want and what you don't want. It turned into everything that they wanted it to be. And I think the guests like really enjoyed themselves because it was like,
it's different.
Yeah, and they only got an invitation saying to come to a party, so the guests didn't really even. I think some people probably knew what was going on, but none of them knew how it was going to happen. So that just made it more fun to like watch during the night as things happened.
As people are discovering what's happening.
Yeah, and just to see the look on people's faces, like, oh my gosh, we're really at a wedding. We're not, but we're like, I got a wedding and a comedy show at the same time. So
yeah,
I think that's one of my more fun stories to tell people when they ask, tell us like something really unique that you've done.
Right. And we tell people that all the time, right? Like, there's no traditional sense anymore, especially if you pick an untraditional venue like this. Right. It's your day. Right. Like, make it yours. Exactly. Like, you don't have to do everything.
That's why this building fit perfectly for them, because they were just doing a complete opposite of... they couldn't have pulled off that concept, like being in a ballroom or at a resort or anything like that. They needed something different and fun.
So tell me what drives your passion for this industry.
I think it's just the end result of every event, especially when your clients are so happy, especially when it's a wedding and they come up to you and they basically just tell you, we couldn't have done it without any of your help. Like, you made, our day. Or they come up to you at the end of the night and they were like, this was the best day of my life. Like, for a wedding, that's like, you can't you can't get anything better than that, because it is one special day in their life, and you help make it just like completely seamless for them, and they didn't have to stress. So,
and your specific field I always think is interesting, because people will very often think they don't need a planner, and it's very tough to sell, because they don't actually get to see your value, so to speak, until the day of.
Exactly. So they can
how everything is taken care of, and that you don't have to worry about anything, and you can have an amazing time. And literally, like, oh, someone forgot to bring things to cut the cake with, it will appear.
Right.
Things appear that was missing and forgotten. It's just, it's very, it's tough to sell, but people always ask us, and I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I do this every day, and I hired someone.
Right. Because it's also, you don't want to put all that burden on your family and friends.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
not.
they want to come and, enjoy the day, or, and have time to get ready and come, and not worrying about setting up and doing all this stuff for you. And then it just becomes too stressful for them. And, and then at the end of the day, that's kind of like what they remember about that day, is how hectic or how stressed it was.
Right.
They, they might not be thinking, like, oh, I had the
best time ever.
It was the best party, because they're too focused on things that they have to do. So.
And that's why, like I said, I always recommend get a planner. At the very least, get day of, but absolutely.
Yeah. I feel like, especially for brides, like, if you don't have at least a day of, like, you're just putting an unbelievable amount of stress on yourself and everybody else. And
you should be there to enjoy the day.
Yeah. And then it falls on people that other people that, like, photographers and DJs, and they're willing to help out, but they weren't involved in the detail process. And, like, so it gets hairy, so everybody should have one. Spread the word.
Highly recommended. And then, my shameless plug for the day. Why would you recommend Warehouse 215 to your clients?
I recommend it because it's so much different. Especially, I feel like we get a lot of the clients that don't want a traditional, they don't want to get married at a resort. They don't want all of that. And you're not going to get unique buildings like this anywhere but downtown Phoenix. So you have to come, and then the look of the space, you're not going to get that in any other building. Just the fact that it's so big, and like, look at the rafters and the brick, and you got the old, but then it's modern at the same time, especially once you bring the decor in. So you're getting, like, a little bit of everything kind of thing. It feels more cultural too. It's not, because we don't have a lot of that in Phoenix.
So the last thing to ask you essentially is, how can folks reach you? What is the best way? Social media, email, phone number? What do you recommend?
Well, best way would probably be stylisheventsbylisa.com, or, a lot of people, call directly.
Okay.
So 480-209-2559. And we're all over social media. So Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, everything that's going on in social media, we're on that. So, and all of our handles are at Stylish Events by Lisa.
Perfect.
So we're pretty easy to find.
Social media is actually a great way to get to know a planner before you've met them. So that way you can kind of get an idea of their style of work, and if you like them and what they're doing. So I highly recommend following Lisa no matter what. That way you can get a feel for what she does, and that way when you get to your day, you already know a lot about her.
Exactly.
There you go. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and have an amazing day. Bye.